So today I'm going to talk about spiritual prepping and preparation. So we're preparing for spirit. We're preparing for the spiritual age that we are entered into now. And so some of the work that lies before us is ours to do. So spiritual preparation, spiritual prepping is important. So prepare. To prepare is to make ready beforehand for a specific purpose, event, or occasion. So we're preparing for a certain event. We're preparing for an occasion. We're preparing for that occasion of heaven on earth. We're preparing for that occasion of brotherhood and love and peace and all these beautiful words that we love and make our souls sing. But it's ours to make them manifest. And so we have to prepare. We prepare the way. We're preparing all the time. Aren't we busy all the time preparing for the priorities of our life? And sometimes our priorities aren't that important, are they? And perhaps it's time to make spirit a priority in our life. Because if we can go to that source of all things and really connect with that and know that, then that's what's going to create the world that we choose to create, the world that we would seek to be. And so preparation is very important. You know, and it's really neat. There's a movement going on now. It's called preppers. And I don't know if anyone's heard of that. And what they're doing is they're preparing for an event or an occasion, you know. And like we talked about, to be able to find that place of harmony, which is in everything. And then that allows us to not only accept, but to just be okay with it, to find that place of peace. And so they're preparing for maybe some grid disruption or earth change or something like that. So they're preparing for that. And if they're guided to do that, that's great. Because we can seek that point of harmony that they are one with us. They are our brother, they're our sister. And if they're guided to do that, that's theirs to do, that's fine. And so we can send love to that and harmonize with that, and then it's okay. So there's all sorts of things and ways that we can prepare for or towards. And if we look at spiritual preparation, so now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the situation, the outcome that we want to prepare for is heaven on earth, is that age of light, that age of brotherhood. The Aquarian age, the age of light, the age of enlightenment, is the spiritual age. See, we're in the spiritual age right now. We're in the cusp. We just started. We came through the Piscean age. The Piscean age is the preparation age. So for 2,100 years we've been preparing to get it right. And now it's ours to do, to walk, to be. Allowing these qualities which we know are within us to begin to be expressed and manifest. In the Aquarian, in chapter 112, Jesus says, you must prepare for when your master comes. You must prepare for when your master comes. So Jesus is telling his disciples this. He's not telling them Jesus is your master. He's telling them, you must prepare for when your higher self comes. Your higher self. That spiritual presence, I am. You must prepare for that. The higher self comes into the body that's been prepared and purified so that it can house the higher self, so that the body can house its own divinity. This is where our spiritual preparation leads us. A lot of us here, when we sit down and we might be doing some healing work or counseling or something like that, or just maybe into class, and I now call forth my divine Christ that I am presence, my higher self presence, to be fully present in my physical body. Has anyone done that here? Yeah. Everybody raises their hand. Say, I now call forth my higher self, be fully present in my physical body. And we do that kind of spotty. But perhaps if we began each day calling forth our divine Christ that I am presence, our higher self to be fully present, our physical body, and then begin to do our life. What is mine to do this day? But to do it connected with that consciousness of God. The Lord is my shepherd. God is my source in all things. So to prepare for that life in spirit as spirit, it's connecting with God. We make that conscious choice to connect with God daily, and then that's what allows us to express our divinity. With our spiritual prepping, we're working towards allowing that higher self, allowing spirit to flow through us in all that we're doing. Every one of us here is a spiritual prepper, whether we know it or not. We're all preparing for the transformation. We're all spirit, we're all souls in our journey. And when we wake up, when we become conscious of the fact that we are spiritual beings and we are on a soul journey, then we can really get on with life. We can get our focus and hold it and begin to walk towards that goal or experience that we're seeking. This week when I was preparing for the talk, in my meditations, I wanted to really connect at a high level. I wanted to connect with Christ. And so I sat down and got in that column of light and asked to be lifted into that space of the Christ. And these are the words that Jesus gave me to share with you this morning. And they're not my words, and but they're for this day. So if you could just close your eyes for a minute, I'm going to read these words of the Christ, and then we can talk about it. So just breathe and just open your hearts, and let's listen with our hearts this morning. Dear ones, I know your hearts. Are you open to following my guidance and accepting divine order, not only in your life, but in the unfolding of the divine on earth? You get frustrated with people. Remember to love, and you will find that place of harmony. Now you can hear my guidance and become aware of the next step. Frustration only confuses and lowers your vibration. It's time to rise above, to be bigger, to be free. Free to unfold your uniqueness. You get glimpses, but you don't trust enough. It's not an accident, your life. You are where you have chosen to be, to meet me. Take more quiet time in nature. In this setting is what feeds and heals you. It'll also help you to connect with people. The spark of God is within all people. Look for the light, and you'll find it. You've forgotten to see beyond the physical, and you are stuck in the physical. You are spirit, and this expression of your spirit is what's important. The expression of each unique spirit is important. Our Father seeks for all to be the unique expression. The time is now to share who you really are. This is the way to true knowing. Remember how loved you are, how supported you are in your walk. I am with you always. Peace is yours. And just breathe in that love of the Christ. These words to lift us. and to free us from our own limitations. And to know that as we free ourselves, we free others. So just breathe and know how loved you are and how supported you are in your walk. And in your heart, just say, thank you, God. And you can gently open your eyes. Spiritual prepping is just about living in that consciousness of God. Spiritual prepping is living in the energy of compassion, creativity, love, and acceptance. These 4 vehicles are what will reveal what life is all about. Love, we've heard that forever. Those are the tenets, the commandment of Jesus, to love God and to love our neighbor as ourselves. When we love, that's when we seek to find that point of harmony in another, or in a situation, in a place. We seek to come into harmony with it. It's a part of who we are, whether we can understand it or not, is to allow that love to guide us in our walk. To love that which doesn't love you. That's the walk. But harmony allows us to lift and to see clearly our walk and the walk of another. When we begin to walk in that consciousness of acceptance, that's what allows us to open our awareness, to become aware of who we are and what life's all about. Acceptance, no judgment. No judgment. And allow that experience, accepting that person, place, thing, or experience, to gift us, to gift what our soul needs at that moment in time. Another simple word, acceptance. It allows us to see what God has given to us at that moment in time. And then that's what allows us to give back, and be the energy, a spirit manifest on planet Earth. Creativity. Creativity allows spirit to flow. Creativity allows spirit to flow. And creativity is really the connecting of heaven on earth. Heaven and earth. Taking that divine idea, that divine inspiration, that divine guidance, and making it manifest. A heavenly idea in an earthly manifestation. Creativity is paramount in these times because we are creating a new world. We are creating a new world. And so when we find ourselves in situations that we might be challenged with and don't understand, instead of falling back maybe on that button of, I can't do this, I don't know what to do here, and then turn away or quit, I can't handle it. Now we turn to God and ask to be shown Give me something, God. Give me something to work with. And in that simple asking, we will receive an idea, a dream, a guidance, a word that will interrupt that sequence of less than and move us into that state of our unlimited potential as spiritual beings. Just being creative in our life is so important, but it's really important for the collective, because we are transforming this world with our thoughts and then our ability to transform those thoughts into matter. The key word in life, it's a 4-letter word too, get that. Work. Work. We have an idea, and to get to the manifestation, we have to work, we have to walk there, we have to do what we're given to do. It just doesn't magically appear. And that's the gift of life. It allows us to be that manifest on earth. Manifest on earth. And then compassion. Compassion. Compassion reminds us and takes us into brotherhood. It takes us into that oneness. And that's one of the tenets of the Aquarian age, is this is the age of brotherhood. To begin to see one another, to see that point of sameness, come into harmony with it, and then begin to live. Allowing them, accepting them, loving them for who they are and what they are choosing at that moment in time. That's how this world's going to change. We are right. Or we are right. To begin to let go. Would you rather be love, or would you rather be right? That's the question we can begin to ask ourselves in the daily situations we find ourselves in. Would I rather be love, or would I rather be right? And once we begin to start choosing love, our world begins to transform before our eyes. That's the walk that lies before us now. So to begin to work at it, to understand we have a choice every day. We choose every day how we're going to live our life, how we're going to act. To begin to put love first, to begin to put God first. See, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That's powerful. It's a powerful statement. That's one of the most transforming statements. There's just been countless books written about the transformations in people's lives when they just repeated those words. The Lord is my shepherd. We say, God is our source. God is our source in all things. So we look beyond the physical, the effect, to the causal level. And then we go to spirit to get the highest thought, the highest ideal that we could manifest at that moment in time, and allow that to go. Letting go of the old patterns, the old identities, the old memories. Because we're creating a new world. This is a new age that we live in, with a new way of living. And it's going to take that preparation to usher in spirit. And so when we do these acts of living in love and living in compassion and living in creativity, we can begin to allow them to be the vehicles on which our soul begins to unfold on the planet. Life is a gift, and it's an important gift. And it's important for us to begin to share that gift, to begin to share who we really are, to allow our uniqueness to feed others, to be open to allow the uniqueness of others to feed us. And then as that unlimited spiritual identity begins to feed us all, the food ye know not, we are lifted, we are transformed, individually and collectively. And these vehicles of acceptance and love, creativity and compassion take us to heaven on earth now. See, heaven on earth now. There's an old song, I think it was in the late 60s. It was, rise, rise, you don't have to come down. Rise, rise, you don't have to die so that you can live. And in the 60s, there was a consciousness revolution going on, many levels. Feminine, racial, religious. A new way of thinking, a new way of living, a new way of expressing who we really are. And so as we lift, as we rise our consciousness into that consciousness of spirit as child of God, shift consciousness and watch your world shift. We create with our thoughts. So in this new age that we usher in, that we are creating, there's no magic, no savior. Just a living, loving manifestation of God through man. A living, loving manifestation of God through man. And we can do it. We can do it. We just have to want to do it. So as we look at our world and see the way it is, and we may not be fulfilled or even happy, to know that we can change it if we want to, through those four vehicles of love and creativity, acceptance and compassion. We cleanse the temple. We cleanse the temple. We prepare a place for a higher self to live. And then we become that manifest God creation, aware, conscious, on planet Earth. We can do this. Let's go within. And as you close your eyes, let's just close the door to the worldly way. And as we go to our hearts, we open our hearts to Spirit. We open our hearts to that divine love of the Christ. And as you sit in your chair, just become aware of a radiant column of light just showering over you now. And as this light showers over you, just breathe it in. Feel it coming through the top of your head. Feel it quickening your whole body, temple. And as this light moves through, it cleanses the temple. And feel yourself becoming lighter and freer. And as you become lighter and freer, feel yourself lifting now, lifting up that radiant column of light. And just let yourself go. Know that love is guiding you now. So letting go, surrendering to love, and feel yourself being lifted lighter and higher and freer, And that light's getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And just find yourself standing in a beautiful meadow that has the iridescence of light. And look around the beauty and breathe it in. This place of pure love. And as you stand in this meadow with your heart open wide, just breathe and ask that your higher self be present now. And as you stand in this place of beauty and love, become aware of the energy, your Christed higher self. And just be aware of your beauty. Look into the eyes. Feel the love. And feel your body continuing that transformation process. Feel the cells quickening, allowing for that transformation in light and love. And in this place of peace and love, if there's a person or situation, experience in your life that you might not understand, from this high vantage point, with the awareness of higher self, ask to see a higher way of relationship with this person, place, thing, situation. Ask to see that point of harmony. Allow the love to unfold it. Accept it as a gift of spirit. And ask to see your next step. Breathe in the energy of the Christ. Allow that Christ vibration to permeate through your sphere of consciousness now. And know that you can now live life at a higher level of awareness. That creativity comes easier each day. That your heart is overflowing with divine love. And the more you give, the more you receive. So just breathe and feel how loved you are, how supported you are. Breathe and know that life is a gift. A gift to share. So just breathe and feel that radiant calm of light showering over you once again. Feel yourself being lifted, moving through the light. We move back to this space. Feel yourself sitting in your chair once again. Feel your feet on the floor. Your connection with Mother Earth. Breathe and feel your heart center quickened. The light, the love I am. I am with you always. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes. We're all spiritual preppers. Each day is an opportunity, is a gift to flow the love of God, the light of God through our manifestation. And if we can't see it, if we don't know what to do, just ask. What's mine to see here, Father? What's mine to do here, Father? And you will receive. And the world will be transformed. And so it is. Again.